well, my door is very dirty. I feel like Tana Mojo. Hey, what's up you guys? So today I am doing a freshman advice video. In this video I will go over things you need to know for the more academic side of school. Things you need to know about classes and being prepared and being successful. I am an incoming senior into high school this year, so I thought it would be a good idea to make this video. I'm gonna try and cover everything that I had questions with or I struggled with freshman year. If you have any specific questions that I did not answer, leave them in the comments and I may do a freshman Q&A. So the first thing I want to talk about is getting to your classes and finding your way. Registration day for my school already passed, but on registration day, if you haven't registered yet, ask your secretary or one of the secretaries if you can get a map. A map of the school would be very helpful. I had a map of the school. So if you can get a map, make sure you get a map. If you can't get a map, put your schedule as your wallpaper or your background on your phone. You can either take a picture of your schedule and make it your background. You can go in your notes or memos and type out your schedule and screenshot it and make it your background, or you could be cute and creative like I was my freshman year and make a schedule. I'm gonna have like example of what you could do. You can use really any type of photo editing app that allows you to add text. I use Fonto. Okay, if you ever find yourself lost and you're trying to get to your class quick, please ask a teacher. You'll probably have better luck at getting actual help if you ask a teacher, mostly because some kids are mean. If you walk up to a kid and be like, hey, where's this classroom? Some kids will actually be mean to freshmen. I'm not that type of person. I'll tell you where to go, or I'll even walk you there if I'm not late or if it's on the way to where I'm going. But your best bet to ask a teacher. They will be the most helpful. When you are asking where something is at, say the teacher's name, like where is Mr. Bob's room or Mrs. Sally's room, because that will help you a lot more, especially if you're asking a student, in my opinion, because most of the teachers, they know whose room is whose. I think they really know the room numbers, whereas students, they don't really memorize room numbers. So if you say, hey, can you help me find Mr. Blankety Blank's room, that will be more helpful. And if they really want to help you, they may ask, well, what room number is it? A good tip to get on time to your classes is go to your locker as few times as possible. In the morning, before the bell rings, get your books for that morning. Then, once lunchtime comes, go to your locker, put your books from the morning into your locker, get your books for the afternoon, put them in your backpack, go to lunch. And that should be the only time you really need to use your locker. You may need to go back to your locker to get some books that you may need for homework that were books from the morning. But I say if you do have homework in a class and it's a morning class, keep that book in your backpack all day. So you don't have to ask your 7th hour teacher or whatever hour is your last hour. You don't have to ask them, hey, can I go to my locker before the bell rings? Because some teachers won't let you. And if you have to catch a bus, that's kind of risky to go down to your locker and then try to go outside and catch your bus. So, to make myself clear, in the morning, get your books for your morning classes, put them in your backpack. If you discover, hey, I have homework in math class, keep your math book in your backpack all day. Once lunch comes, go to your locker. Put any morning books you don't need back in your locker. Grab your afternoon books. Now after that, go to lunch. And you should be good. Shouldn't be late to any classes. Now, I want to talk about the halo effect. Basically what the halo effect is, it's your key to getting good grades and to getting your teacher to really like you, and it's honestly the key to being successful in school. The reason I'm talking about this halo effect is because if you're teacher gets this impression of you, this first impression of you, that you are a good student, if you screw up somewhere down the line, say it's second semester, you're slacking on getting homework in, you're not doing your homework, they will remember like, hey, you're a really good student. You're just making a really bad mistake right now, when in reality you could just be lazy. And they'll be more lenient. Well, yeah, I'll let you make up that homework. I'll let you do some extra credit because you're a good student. Now, here's how to make them think you're a good student. The halo effect. Sit in the front of the classroom, especially on the first day. It's so good to sit in the front of the classroom because most teachers think, oh, they're not going to want to see me, they don't want to be back in school, da 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 da. But if you're sitting in the front of the classroom, it's like you're engaged, you're happy to be here, you want to be here. Greet your teachers every day because they'll feel like not only are you invested in their class, but you're invested in them in a way, and you create a relationship, and that will make it easier for them to be nice to you. Say, hi, Mrs. Burger. Hi, Mr. Fries. Like, that will brighten their day. Ask them, especially in the first week, ask them how their summer went. Ask them what they did over the summer on your first day. That's a great question to ask on your first day. Ask them how are they. Ask them how their first day back has been. They have to do this every single day and they've been doing this for years. It would be great for someone to know that someone actually cares about how their day is going. Listen and look attentive when they are talking, especially on the first day, because most teachers on the first day, they're gonna give you the same spiel of rules, what to expect in their class, and da 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 da. Like every single class, you're going to get that speech. Like, here's the rules, here's what we're gonna do in this class, here's what to expect. Every teacher's gonna tell you that. If you actually look like, if it's 7th hour, last class, and you actually look like you're still listening to the same old speech, oh my god, they're gonna love that. Say if in their speech they say write something down, or be good to write this down, or even ask like, hey, should I be writing this down? Write it down. If they tell you to write something down, write it down, because that further shows that, hey, you're actually listening. They will appreciate that, and then they'll think, oh my god, this is an angel student, this is a dream student, this is my teacher's pet. And last but not least, for the halo effect, do your homework. It's not even just for the halo effect and just to impress your teacher and to make them feel bad for you when you do slack off. Your GPA, your grades out of high school, they do matter, and you could be like, oh, well, I'm not even going to go to college. That may change. As a senior year, you're going to feel very stressed out. Freshman year, you're very comfortable. You've been living in your parents' house for 14 years. You still feel young. You don't really realize that, hey, in a few years, I'm supposed to be out in the world. Once you get to your senior year, it's very scary to think, oh my god, can I even get into college? If I can't get into college, then what? People have been engraving into your brain, college is the way to go, college is the way to be successful, college is the only way not fine. You don't even have a good enough grade to get in college. I'm scared to think if I don't succeed in life. Homeless is hard. You're like, well, I don't even know what if I'm homeless? Well, someday I want to, and I want to rely. It's very important that you could get a divorce and be able to take care of myself. I'm the best student because I'm dumb. I wasn't doing my work. I'm terrifying thing. I don't even know if I'm gonna get into college. I don't even know if I'm gonna get into college. So if you just do your work now, no matter how much you hate it, you will thank yourself later. Okay, first day. What should you bring on the first day? Don't feel like you need to bring everything you bought in school supply. I suggest you bring paper, pencils or pens, folder/binder to put all the handouts in, and bring your books. Now, you're not gonna need to use your books, but I found that teachers will allow you to keep your books in the classroom. They'll make you sign your name on your book or in your book, and you can keep it in the classroom. Therefore, you don't have to go to your locker to get books. Okay, now on the first day, yeah, your teachers will tell you everything to expect in the class, but you'll also have this weird space of time at the end where it's like awkward, and your teacher's like, any questions? Okay, no questions. The rest of the time is yours, and then you guys are looking around like we don't know each other. It's gonna be a little awkward. So some good questions to ask your teacher on the first day is, what's the final like? Ask them what your final is gonna be like, and then you'll know how to prepare for it. I found that the best way to prepare for finals is to keep all your notes from that semester. It may even be good to keep tests. That's why it's good to ask them what the final is like, so you can figure out what should you keep. It's also good to ask on the first day what school supplies you'll need for that class. Some classes or teachers will require you to have a single binder for that specific class. You may find that a class requires you to have something to color with. Another good thing to ask is, how often will you need your book? Because you will find that for some classes, most of the time you don't need your book, or you won't even touch your book. I cannot stress this enough. Write your name in your book and write it with pen, permanent markers, something that sticks there, because someone will steal your book. I'm telling you. And you're probably like, who steals books? Who steals a textbook? Who goes home and actually reads their textbook? Okay, people don't do that, but people lose their textbooks and have to do homework with their textbooks. Therefore, they will go and steal yours and use it since they lost their own. Also, you can get your book mixed up with someone else's and not even realize it, because neither of you guys have your name in your book. And then once it comes time to turn in books, you'll be in the bookstore. You'll turn in your book and they'll tell you, this isn't your book, where's your book? And you'll be like, that's my book, that's the book I've had all year. It's like, no, you had this code on your book. This is not your book, where's your book? And the only reason you have that problem is because you didn't write your name in your book. Keep your ID in one spot. Well, technically two spots. Around your neck and wherever it's most convenient for you. That could be in your backpack or in your locker. The reason why I suggest keeping your ID in your locker or in your backpack is because they'll always be at school with you. So yeah, those are good places to keep it. If you have some like hook on your door in your room, keep it on there. If you want to keep it on your doorknob, well, my door is very dirty. I feel like Tana Mojo. But yeah, that's around a doorknob is a good place to keep it. Around like a knob on your bed is a good place to keep it. Just anywhere you can hang it in your room is good, or anywhere you can keep it in school or at school. Oh, this was very, well, it's not that important, but it was a little embarrassing for me my freshman year. I don't know if all schools work this way, but my school definitely works this way. In assemblies, usually they'll sit you by your grade level. So freshmen sit in this spot, sophomores sit in this spot, juniors sit in this spot, and seniors sit in this spot. The more serious assemblies, if you have very serious assemblies, like at my school they do, they will have you sit with your class, like your legit class that you were in just then, like with your teacher. Say if you have there's an assembly during third hour or something, you will sit with your third hour class. Don't stress yourself to the point where you're crying, where you feel like you're about to explode, where you just feel totally overworked. You're gonna feel 1,000 times more stressed out your junior year. So don't stress out too much your freshman year. Freshman year is probably the easiest year. When picking your electives, I should have told you guys this before registration day, at least for my school. I know maybe some other people haven't even registered yet, because I know some schools go to school in September. But when you are picking an elective, make sure you pick an elective that is geared toward the career you may want someday. If you don't know what career you want someday, your best bet is to pick a foreign language. A lot of colleges want you to have a foreign language. In some colleges, okay, if you don't have it, no big deal, but they'll make you pay for it and take it. Like, so it's good to have at least 2 years is what they say, but it's even better to have 4 years of a foreign language. I know it may seem important to have classes with your friends right now, but it really won't be once you graduate. What's going to be important is the classes that you took, not who you took it with. And it's okay if you're taking some like thing because you think it's fun your freshman year, but next year really be thinking about that. You know, it's like, what do I want to do? Or what do I think I want to do? Take a class that's geared towards that. Oh, another thing. Write your name in permanent marker on your calculator. People will steal calculators just like they will steal textbooks, okay? Yeah, people steal calculators. Keep your name on your calculator.